All right, let's talk about a piece of tech that's so important, it's pretty much invisible. Cloud computing. Seriously, it's the engine that powers almost everything you do online, from streaming your favorite show to all the apps on your phone. So let's pull back the curtain and see how it all works. So let me ask you something. When you post a photo, shoot off an email, or, binge watch an entire season of a show in one weekend, where does all that stuff actually live? It's not just floating around in cyberspace, and it's definitely not all just sitting on your phone or laptop. So, where is it? Yup, you guessed it, it's in the cloud. And honestly, the absolute simplest way to wrap your head around it is this. It's like renting all the computing power and storage you need instead of having to buy and manage all that expensive equipment yourself. Okay, so renting, not owning. Got it. That's the big idea. But what does that actually mean in practice? Let's break it down and get a little more specific. If you want the more official definition, here it is. Cloud computing is just using computer services. We're talking storage, servers, software, the whole shebang, over the internet. The key phrase there is over the internet. You're not running this stuff on your own machine. You're accessing it from somewhere else. Okay, so that's the what. Now for the why. Why is this such a revolutionary idea? Why do we, and pretty much every company you can think of, absolutely need it? Let's play pretend for a second. Imagine you run an online store, and you're having the biggest sale of the year. Suddenly, bam, 1 million people all try to get on your website at the exact same time. If you're running this thing on your own servers in a back room, what happens? Total chaos. The site crashes, and all those potential sales? Gone. But this is where the cloud just swoops in and saves the day. When that massive wave of traffic hits, the cloud automatically and instantly adds more computing power to handle it. Then, when the sale ends and things quiet down, it automatically scales everything back down. So you get exactly the power you need right when you need it. It's brilliant. And that incredible flexibility is just scratching the surface. You've got huge cost savings because you only pay for what you use, just like your power bill. You get amazing accessibility. Think about how you can open a Google Doc on your phone, then your laptop, then your tablet. Your data is backed up, so if your computer dies, your files don't. And is what makes real-time collaboration possible. Honestly, this ability to expand and shrink on demand is what made companies like Uber or Netflix even possible in the first place. So, how does it do all this amazing stuff? Well, it's not actually magic. The cloud is built on a few really smart core principles. You could almost call them its secret superpowers. Let's take a look. First up, we've got on-demand self-service. This one's easy. Think about signing up for a new streaming service. You just do it, right? You get access to a massive library of shows instantly, automatically, without ever having to call an employee and ask for permission. It's exactly like ordering food from a delivery app. You don't call the restaurant owner to ask if it's okay to order a pizza. No way. You just open the app, tap a few buttons, and the service, in this case food, is delivered right to you. It's instant, and you do it all yourself. All right, superpower number 2 is resource pooling. This is a huge one. The big cloud companies, your Amazons, Googles, Microsofts, they have these gigantic data centers, basically warehouses packed with computers. What they do is pool all of that power and storage together and let thousands of different customers use it all at the same time. It's incredibly efficient. The perfect analogy here is the power grid. There's one massive power station that serves thousands of homes. You don't own the power plant, you have no idea which specific turbine is generating the power for your lights, and frankly, you don't care. You just flip a switch and the light comes on. Now, because all those resources are pooled together, it allows providers to do something else that's really cool. Offer a measured service. The system is constantly and automatically tracking exactly how much you're using, how much storage, how much processing time, with incredible precision. And what that means for you is that you only pay for what you actually use. It's that utility model again. You don't pay for the entire power plant, just for the electricity you consumed that month. Okay, but wait a minute. If everyone is sharing all this computing power, isn't that risky? What about security? Well, yeah, it's a huge deal. And that's why these companies pour billions of dollars into things like firewalls, data encryption, and all sorts of security measures to keep everyone's data separate and safe. Think of it like a bank. Why do you put your money in a bank? Because they have vaults, guards, and security systems that are way, way better than anything you could ever build at home. Well, cloud providers are doing the same thing, but they're basically a Fort Knox for your data. All right, let's pop the hood for just a second. We're going to look at two slightly more techie concepts that are key to how all this works, and then we'll take a quick look at the road that got us here in the first place. You'll often hear these two words thrown around, elasticity and scalability. They sound similar, but they're not the same thing. On the left, elasticity is all about handling those sudden, short-term spikes and depths. That's our holiday sale example. It's dynamic and automatic. Scalability, over on the right, is about the long game. It's about planning for steady, predictable growth over time, like when your business is adding more and more users every month. And this whole cloud thing didn't just appear out of thin air. It's been cooking for decades. We're talking about ideas going all the way back to the 1950s. Over the years, all these different technologies, like virtualization, which is basically making one computer act like a bunch of computers, and utility computing, that pay for what you use idea, they all kind of merged together to create the powerful cloud services we all use today. But as powerful as it is, let's be real, nothing's perfect. The cloud isn't some magical solution to everything. Like any technology, it comes with its own set of trade-offs, and it's important to know what they are. For starters, you are completely dependent on an internet connection. No internet, no cloud. It's that simple. Then there's the trust factor. You're handing your data over to a third party, and outages can and do happen. You also give up direct, hands-on control of your hardware. And that pay-as-you-go cost model? If you're not careful, the bills can get surprisingly high. Oh, and trying to move from one cloud provider to another can be a real nightmare. So where does that leave us? Well, even with those downsides, you just can't deny it. The cloud has become the invisible foundation, the plumbing, of our entire modern digital world. From work to entertainment to how we connect with each other, it's the utility running in the background, making it all possible. And that leaves us with one final, really big thought. Since this one technology is so fundamental, since it powers nearly every single aspect of our digital lives and our economy, it really makes you think, doesn't it? Who should be in control of its future?